Lots of activity now around the Affordable Care Act as the Obama administrations and supporters of the act try to get uninsured people aware of the fact that they can now sign up for insurance during the exchanges leading up to 2014 when more of the act takes effect. Well, perceptually, we are able to measure where Americans stand just in general as they view the act, and it's still more negative than positive. That is, the image of the Affordable Care Act is more negative than positive. You're looking at the numbers in front of you there from our most recent update, 52% disapprove and 44% approve. That's about an 8-point margin, slightly bigger negative than we found last time we asked it. Look at the wording here. I want you to see how we asked this question. We mentioned the Affordable Care Act, we mentioned 2010, and we also said in the wording, signed into law by President Obama. So we want to make clear that we identified the Affordable Care Act with President Obama, which in turn leads to what I'll show you here, and that is the huge partisan differences in views of the ACA. 9%, only 9% of Republicans say they approve, while on the Democratic side it is 76% who approve. That's a gigantic partisan margin, but of course the Affordable Care Act is one of the most partisanly or politically sensitive pieces of legislation to come down the pike in quite a while. A couple of other updates. Is the ACA, Affordable Care Act, going to make things better for you and your family? Well, here we have a distinct minority who say it will. 22% say it'll make things better for their family. You see the other numbers there. 42% say things will be worse. And even Democrats, who, as I showed you a moment ago, tend to overwhelmingly approve of the act, don't necessarily think it's going to make themselves or their families better off. Only 4 out of 10 say that'll be the case. What about making things better for the country as a whole? Well, here we find the data still pretty negative. 34% will agree the ACA will make things better for the country as a whole, but 47% say it will make things worse. But here we're back to the kind of partisan differentiation we found on the overall act, with 62% of Democrats saying yes, the Affordable Care Act will make things better for health care in general in the country, where again, only 5% of Republicans agree. So again, those huge partisan differences take place here. So the bottom line is, as the bureaucracy gears up for the ACA to take more and more effect in this country, overall, the average American tilts slightly more negative than positive about the act in general when identified with President Obama, and there's still less than majority support for the idea that the act will make things better either for the individual respondent we talked to or for the country as a whole. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Gallup Editor-in-Chief.